Should say up front, I just want to say right now how thankful we are for Rudy. Rudy is one of the best that we've ever had. He is very, very helpful, and you've never met a nicer or more selfless person than Rudy. Rudy is invaluable as far as what he brings to the table. He brings a lot to the table, and Santa was not using Rudy. Mr. Santa was not very helpful with Rudy, and he didn't use him really the right way. I think we were looking at Rudy, we said, better than a lot of the other reindeer, better than a lot of them, Blitzen and all of them, and he's a very helpful person. But this is somebody who is overlooked and underused because of red nose, and he's not allowed into, not allowed. You really have this divided country right now. People are so divided, more divided than they've ever been in their lives, that they aren't letting people like Rudy into reindeer games, and they're not playing together. And this used to be such a beautiful country, and now it's really a shame how Blitzen and Donna and everyone is not helping, and they're not letting in the new people. You can't have a big reindeer team with everybody pulling their weight if we're so bitterly opposed. And this is most of the real reindeer know what I'm talking about. The real reindeer know that Rudy was probably better than a lot of them. I mean, he's really important to us. We really think highly of Rudy, and we were urging, we were talking with Mr. Santa. Mr. Santa, you've got to use Rudy. Put him in there. He is somebody who's going to light the way. I mean, you're not going to believe what you see, frankly, in terms of illumination and in terms of light and with regards to nose and red. And it's really something special. I've seen it with my own eyes. I mean, people are seeing it more and more every day, how Rudy really has an incredible mutation that is going to be very helpful on Christmas night, and they don't want to do Christmas the right way. The last guy wanted you not to have, Joe didn't want you to have Christmas at all. They're getting rid of Christmas, and they're getting rid of, you are going to end up with a situation where North Pole is run completely by two elves, and maybe, I don't know who you're going to put in the Claus position, probably Dasher or somebody. Do you really want to end up with Dasher running the whole show? I don't think we do. So Santa's got to do the right thing. He needs to say, Rudy, we trust you. Won't you? You know what I mean? Let the snow do the rain, and get the sleigh everywhere that we're going, with lots of chimneys and pretty much every roof. I mean, even the kids. I saw a documentary recently. It was on the news last night, that Santa was even able to go into the radiator pipe of a New York that didn't have chimney, okay? And he was still there to get cookies and do milk. So we know that he's getting paid. We know that he's figuring it all out. And we're not worried about that for Mr. Claus. You know what? He does a great job, and he's done it for centuries, millennia. We don't really know. He won't give us any indication of how long he's been doing it. But we know it's a long time. He's done it pretty good, but it's slipping. I mean, you can see it. And when you have so many reindeer so divided that they won't even let Rudy in, it's really a shame. And a lot of the time you're seeing with Rudy works harder than any of them. I mean, he's not starting or whatever you call it with football in terms of game, but he plays harder and he has more heart. And you can see that at the end of the movie, Notre Dame is saying, Rudy did such a good job with football, and he really helped us with the big game. And he's not getting the credit that he deserves. And you saw it again with Lord of the Rings. I mean, you would not have had even a fellowship of the ring without what Rudy brings to the table with getting Frodo all the way to the big volcano and ending the whole thing. And I'm watching the movie and I'm thinking, why don't they just give it to the big eagles? Gandalf's friends with these big eagles, and they could just fly it straight to Mordor. And the people in Mordor would be very upset to see those eagles coming, and I know they would. Many Americans know what it means when the eagles are flying to Mordor, okay? Because they come at the end of Hobbit. They came at the end of Hobbit. Where are they for Lord of the Rings? And they're nowhere to be found. So everybody's got to hike the whole time. Everybody's hiking. And Gandalf is doing his best, but he's getting killed 4 or 5 times. I mean, he's really being murdered by all kinds of demons. And he comes back and he's more, he's like, oh, I'm big and white now or whatever. He's not gray anymore. But without Rudy, you would not have had Frodo with support and with husband to get to the big volcano and stop the whole thing. So we're really helpful with Rudy, and we're really glad to have Rudy on our side. Who's better than Rudy? Who's better than